See, Michigan State and Penn State. Michigan State having all kinds of issues, right? All kinds of injuries all over the field. Quarterback is pretty good, but a lot of injuries. The Northwestern is a good version of Northwestern, but I think at least, half of that outright loss to Northwestern, if not more, was due to just, the disarray of the Michigan State program right now. And Penn State, of course, coming off the loss to Ohio State, but off of a bye. I got to think Penn State's the play here. I'm thinking that Penn State minus 13.5 as well as the first half might be worth a shot. I'm thinking also maybe Michigan State's going to have offensive issues here, and maybe the under and the Michigan State team total under might be worth plays as well. What's your take on this game, Joe Gavazzi?
This is my faux or faux real game of the week. 1 of 20 in my point spread prognosis, just $9 at joegavazzisports.com. And the question becomes, which of these teams steps up off these losses? 2 weeks ago on Saturday Night Live, 110,000 fans stormed Happy Valley. Not so happy when they left. Nittany Lions blew a 26-14 lead, lost 27-14, and felt the wrath of their coach, head coach Franklin. My question here is, what's the mental and emotional state after the bubble burst of a 4-0 start was absolutely had all the air let out of it? Is this team ready to mentally bounce back, or is it going to take a little while for them to get back into the rhythm? Michigan State, as you pointed out, also has some problems, so it's are we faux or for real for them? The loss last week to Northwestern was not really quite as bad as it sounded. They outrushed the Wildcats 96-8, and usually, as you read in my track and the results column each week, the team who double rushes their opponent covers 75% of the time college football since the year 2000. It's exactly what they did. But as always, Michigan State struggled with the offense, couldn't get the job done, and fell 27-19. But we must remember what a great job D'Antonio has done in this role. He's now 19-7 against the spread in the underdog role of late, and he's 3-1 both straight up and ATS in his matchups with Franklin the 4 years that they've each faced off with their respective teams. I like underdogs who allow just 34 and 1.3 yards per rush because it tends to make the other team one-dimensional. Michigan State can do that. I think they got a shot at this big number. I'm going to give Michigan State a shot as a 13.5-point dog with a strong defensive front.
All right, we'll give you plus 13.5, minus 104. That's the current line at Pinnacle. No, I was thinking the opposite way. I think that if Penn State had to bounce back with no bye off the Ohio State loss, then I would be agreeing with you. But with the bye, I think Penn State is sitting there, getting rested, getting pissed off. I think I like Penn State on the first half. I think I'm going to make that one an official play, although there are no first half lines out right now. I'm thinking that this is not a good spot for Michigan State. Ian Cameron, I'm disagreeing with Joe Gavazzi here. I'm definitely leaning, again, Penn State full game, Penn State first half under, and Michigan State team total under. What's your take on this game, Ian Cameron?
Joe, I'm sorry. I've got to do this to you here, but yeah, I kind of like Penn State here. And for all those people that think I hate Penn State and I can't stand this football team and I don't like their fans because I get people on Twitter saying you're too hard on James Franklin, you're too hard on Penn State. I'm going to give you a chance here to put me in the Penn State corner here, lay in the doubles. I don't like anything about Michigan State. I think this team's been a fraud all season long. I don't think they've played any good football as far as I'm concerned. Northwestern's a one-dimensional offense. They roll into East Lansing last week without Jeremy Larkin, very little ground attack. Leighton Thorson's been inconsistent. He passed the ball all over that Michigan State defense. Michigan State lost to Arizona State earlier this season, barely beat Utah State in their opener. There's a lot I don't like about this team, and we haven't even gotten to the injuries. Here's the injuries for this team. L.J. Scott's missed the last 3 weeks, starting running back. O-lineman left tackle Cole Chewins, another starting O-lineman Kevin Jarvis. There's a bunch of freshmen now on this O-line that are starting. They've used a different starting O-line every single week this year. Cody White, one of their top receivers, is out. This is a walking wounded Michigan State team, and that's definitely had something to do with why they haven't played up to the par and up to the standards that people expected of them late last season. Then we have the revenge situation. Michigan State won last year in East Lansing. I think Penn State wants to make up for that. The Ohio State physical and mental strain of that game and the hangover effect for Penn State would have bothered me a lot more had this game been last week, had they played last week instead of had this bye. James Franklin with a little passionate vow after the game. We're going to get this program from great to elite. We're not done yet. We're going to get better. Well, here's their chance. And if they are even the slightest bit motivated and not in hangover, down in the dumps mode after losing to Ohio State, they have a chance to win this by 2 or more touchdowns here. And Lewerke doesn't do anything for me at the quarterback spot. Sorry. Too slow reacting, too slow making his decisions and his reads and his progressions, bad throws at times. So, yeah, I'm going to take Penn State because if they get up big, Michigan State's not the kind of offense I trust to come through the back door.
Ian Cameron, it sounds like we're in complete agreement on this one, and I even completely agree with you. If Penn State didn't have the bye, then I would be very nervous about taking him here. But I'm in complete agreement with you. I'm also leaning not necessarily on the under because Penn State might run up the score if because it is homecoming. I'm definitely leaning Michigan State team total under though, and even maybe a little bit more than Penn State on the full game. Penn State on the first half. Those lines aren't out yet, but Joe Gavazzi will take Michigan State plus 13.5 minus 104.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.